everybody. Welcome to Turn the Page, and I am your host, Janine Steffens. If you don't know who I am, you will get to know me real soon. Thank you for being here. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here. Dragonfly is out there. I see her, and I see that she has changed her picture with her name, and I do believe that is her angel that has recently left, and I just wanted to give a shout out for that because I'm guessing at that. Dragonfly, if you're still with us, if you can verify if that was your fur baby of many, many years that you were a caretaker to. Also, too, this is going to be a show about a few memes here and there, a little bit of fun and stuff like that. But a little bit of serious right now is that I had if you want to call it, a friend that I never met, but I've known on the internet for the last 5 years, who basically just lost her father. And I just want to, well, no names mentioned or anything like that. I already sent her my condolences and my sympathy and everything like that. But 87 years old, mercy on his soul. Also, too, if any of you have anything that you want me to publish about your fur baby, because I will be glad to do that. All you have to do is send me an email with that information out there, and I'll definitely make a mention for you. It's always important to do that, because they're a life force, right? They really are. Okay, so let me just start off with this particular commercial. See if you guys remember this. I want you guys to get a little bit more interactive with me today, and let me know if you remember this. And it's a theme that I've got going on out here. Anybody out in Rumble Land that's watching, please put it out there. What was this commercial for?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
So that is basically what has happened.
Imagine making $453,000.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. And that is basically, how do I put this? When I was younger and learning about spirituality, and I actually kind of took this one person that I consider as my spiritual teacher, and basically would make a lot of comments about things in the past. She was a history buff, or kind of like Jason Q is. Very intuitive, very spiritual. And you may know her. Her name is Carolyn Mace. I lived in the same town as her, went to a lot of her recordings she couldn't do the recordings without people. So she would give away tickets. You just had to apply for the ticket and you go and see her. One of the things that you would always say about the history is take a look at who was the president at the time of the chaos that was going on in the country. And so I see Ames is out there. He's got an answer. And so I'll get to the answers in a minute there. So that one commercial is I've fallen, I can't get up. What were they selling there? All right. So, and don't Google it. Don't search it. Don't do whatever. See if you have a good memory, you guys. All right, so let's see here. So this is where I'm kind of going right now. There's an old Turkish proverb I'm going to be talking about. What is so in our so-called resident in the mindset with him. So there's an old Turkish proverb. It says, when a clown moves into a palace, he doesn't become the king. The palace becomes the circus. And that's exactly what is actually going on here today. And I know you guys know this, but I'm just saying it to anybody that may be listening to this and, thinks that it will make sense. That is not a bad joke. And so this is kind of where we're going to go this morning. I want to lighten the air, lighten the energy a little bit with you guys. I also want to give a shout out to Kristen Lee. I really apologize for the technology not working. So if you guys don't know, I did a show with her. I think it was Friday night, and we are going to do TTP radio, and it didn't work. And I spent a buku of bucks. In my eyes, it was buku of bucks on new hardware. One thing I didn't take into effect was when I'm on Kristen's show, if you guys may not know this, but so she sends me the link when normally I will send you the guys the link if you want to come on. Well, it doesn't work. My technology did not work using her setup for her link. So it was a dud. It really was. But I think we pulled through it okay. And I just wanted to apologize to her. If she doesn't have me back on the show, I totally get it. because I have been having nothing but technical issues. Probably, I don't know, this whole year, I would say, on and off throughout the years. But I did send back all the equipment. I packed it up. I was with tech support, everything else, and I'm like, I'm going to go back and just start from the beginning with nothing, as if I was just starting out. And guess what? I think it works. If you guys can hear me, that's great. Let's see here. Dragonfly has a statement for my comment that I started out the show, and I want to read that. I want to honor her. He was the best doggy. He did have hip problems after he got his shots, and he did end stage arthritis. Okay, so he had health issues. There is what she's saying, and but his cervical after his shot showed up arthritic. Okay. And I know that you took care of him, as we all do, as I did with my fur baby. So I do want to talk a little bit about the spirituality of what's going on in this country right now. And we have to connect the dots. A lot of people, we want to say this guy's an idiot and so on and so forth. But how does that affect the country? Because that is a spillover into the state of our spirituality. And it really is. And it's kind of like, I'm going to show you a little video here of the U.S. presidents that suffered illnesses during their term. And I was real surprised when I saw this. There's not going to be any sound to it because it is copyright, but they're not saying anything, so you'll be able to see the words on the screen. And the first one that popped up, I thought, wow, that wasn't an illness, but they're claiming it as one. And so I just want to share this one thing with you, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it, what is actually, okay, I'll bring up one. FDR was one, right? And I'm going to show you this video here in a second. And with him being a cripple, and it was explained to me that, sorry, I'm trying to find that other screen there. There you go. That FDR did cripple the country at the time. And so now we've got somebody that is total dementia. But then you're going to say, well, he's not really, it's not really him. And so there's so many ways we can go. So I'm going to ask you guys is to participate and let me know what you are thinking about what the energetic or spirituality that has affected us all on another level, if you will. So let's see here. Let me just play this for you. If you guys can just give me a 5-5 and let me know if you can hear this. Oh, there's no sound. I'm sorry. I take that back. So they're talking about Trump here, and right away they talked about him having the COVID, but it wasn't as extreme as that we're seeing it today. But he did give some solutions, and he didn't follow the protocols, right? And then there was other U.S. leaders, right, who have battled the illnesses during their terms. And the first one was William Harrison. He was the first president to die in the office. He only was there for 34 days, and then he contracted pneumonia and died April 4th, 1841. The Spanish flu, I'm going to stop this one right here and talk a little bit about the Spanish flu. It correlates a little bit to what we are going through. And I think a lot of you that have been following the truth out there, they made them wear the mask. When I say it correlates to it, it's a resemblance. It's almost as if they were trying to say, well, we did this in whatever that year was. I said it was. And also 2020, 2019, 2020, whatever you want to say, whatever that year was. But these are the things that I'm seeing that have happened to the presidents. So let's just finish watching this one here. So infected a third of the world's population and killed almost 50 million people. I'm seeing a duplication here. Woodrow Wilson, the 28th president, got infected with the flu. Okay, he was able to function. They downplayed the pandemic. They downplayed it. It's no different from what they're doing here today with all these other past presidents. But I'm going to go back to the first one that they actually, and I'm going to be very careful how many times I say his name. So, and so in any case, let's just see. So he did go into the hospital, but then the first one that I'm talking about came out and he was fine. Faculties all there, physically all there after maybe 2 days, I think was the longest. All right, let's just see. Then there's they're talking. Oops, wrong screen. Okay, is this playing? Okay, so here's the third one. Franklin Roosevelt. This was a big one, you guys. How many years that people didn't even know that he was in a wheelchair? He was diagnosed with polio in 1921, a very crippling disease. And at that time, the country was very crippled. Again, I'm going to ask you to put words in about what is running this country at this time. You could use the words, whatever the words that come to your mind, but we have to know that that person that is representing the United States of America is also representing an energy that is affecting each and every one of us. So yeah, let's see here. Continue on with this one here. So through the terms of severity in the disease, his inability to walk unaided and to use the wheelchair was hidden from the public. Big time it was. The Secret Service was tasked was to destroy the pictures. Pretty much what is happening again today. This seems to be a theme, and I know you guys know this, but I'm just repeating it for anybody that's just kind of waking up here. And so they showed him in a wheelchair. So John F. Kennedy, I didn't know this, suffered from various diseases throughout his life, and I don't know how much of this is true. So they apparently had an adrenal inefficiency or Addison's disease. If anybody wants to say bullshit or yeah, that you have read that he has done that. I didn't vet this, but I was surprised to see this. I did know that he had back problems, which, basically they're saying that there was denial, but he also had degenerative bone disease. I guess if you want to say it that badly, but he also did wear a back brace. Okay, so what does that mean for our country at the time? Back breaking, that type of thing, adrenals. Think about the health issues and how that correlates to how it affected the country at that time. I hope you guys are with me on this one here. And so I'm going to get to some of your comments out there out on Rumble. He was hospitalized 9 times during his term, and that was all hidden also. So let me just see if I could continue on here. And facts were kept under wrap from the public. I think that if he knows he's going to have something, like you had the first president that they showed on the screen, but you know that he's going to walk out and everything's going to be fine. I don't think the country was in as much turmoil as it taken his life in the end, right? So let me see here. What else do we have here? So the fifth one here is the oldest U.S. president ever to assume office was Ronald Reagan, and he underwent surgery in July of 1985. He had cancerous tumors removed. I remember this. It's a little more current for me to remember. Reagan also was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 6 years after his finished his term. But then his son comes back and says, "Oh no! I kind of saw the early signs of this disease while he was still in office." So what a great son, right? And to spill the beans there. So let me just take this off of here and stop the screen and come back to you guys. So, all right. So what I was doing was I was basically leading you guys into telling me how you feel about what has actually happened with the current resident right now. And I've got to be very careful because I'm on YouTube here. So I'm going to jump over to Rumble here just for a second, just to see what's going on. And Ames is saying, knowing what we know now, it's all been lies. And I'm going to get to that too, because there's so much stuff out there about the lies, right? And let's just see if I could put this one up here for you guys just to visualize here while we're talking about lies. Let me see if I got the right screen, and I don't. Excuse me. I find this one. I have to remember it's number 1. It is number 1. So this is a good reflection of it. If you can't see it, I'm just going to read it to you. On the left-hand side is Camellia, and is saying, won't black voters be furious when I don't do anything for them? And then on the right side of the screen is, Obama says, Camellia, I didn't do shit for the black people, and they still love me. That's a very harsh, that to me, that is, That's a bad joke, really. It's a bad joke. That's all that I could say. And so this is this. I'm just going to leave this here for a minute here and just see what else everybody else is saying. So there are quite a few lies out there, and that's what I'm going to show you guys. It's loaded. It is loaded out there with lies, lies, lies. And I hope this one doesn't play here, but yeah, this is who's lying to us. Who's lying to us? We've known it all along. People are basically saying, when is it going to stop? Well, we're calling them out. Liar, liar, pants are on fire. You've been lying so long. And this one here is a lying lesbian bigot, lying racist, liar, 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 lying rhino. Liars, they're labeling them. They're labeling them. And what do the far left liberals hate is to be labeled. Woo! All right, so let's see what else Ames has to say out there. She's my co-host out on Rumble today. It says the president's been placed and taken care of the movie have been played for a long, long time, and the truth is somewhere in the universe. She goes on to say, this is Amy, I do believe, is he really he really didn't have polio, and they built the Warm Spring Institute in Georgia. Yeah, he did have it. I got to disagree with you on that because, if I say the only place I'm going to get my resources, and I studied a lot of this, they did have those springs running, but he had polio. He did have it, and I know that he supposedly, and I don't know what to believe at this point, because I don't think they cared about the people, is where Ames is going with this, but I'll finish her thought here. It says that he really didn't have polio, and they built their Warm Springs Institutes in Georgia. And the place is a rabbit hole, still runs the house challenge children. All right. So in any case, I'm not asking any of you guys to feel bad about the current resident right now, but what we're kind of going with this is that it had an effect on you, right? It had to have an effect on you, and that is it's kind of like what I was saying. If he had polio, it was crippling the country. So what does the current resident have now that is, basically not right with our country? Those are the things that I'm kind of asking you guys for. And let's see here. I'm just kind of trying to get you guys to participate a little bit with me in this. And let's see, what else do I have here? I'm going to stop this screen and go back one more. There is nothing but memes out there about this guy lying, right? And it's huge. It really is. I'm just going to share some pictures here and just kind of talk through a lot of this here. So what we actually have here is we have the DOJ, FBI, big tech, MS media, and then they're always holding him up, right? And this is what they have been doing, but they can't do it anymore. They cannot do this anymore. Yeah, let's see here. What else do we have? Let me just see what else. There was more of these that they were really pegging them. Let's see, please tell me that the nuclear launch button and Joe's life alert button aren't on the same lanyard. Lanyard. You say tomato, I say tomato. Yeah, without a doubt. And so everybody is just basically saying, if you stay silent and fail to rock the boat in this war between good and evil, your life might be easier, but your children won't. Right. And this is what it's all about, you guys. It really is. And so this is kind of where I'm going with this here today with you guys. Yeah, they all lied, and they were over and over again. And these are the faces that have lied to you. Do you trust them anymore? My concern, or my question here throughout all of this is, okay, when are they going to go away? Right? They lied about the E. They lied about the Russian, certain councils, certain pandemic that was going on every single day, over and over and over again. And at this point, everyone's saying, yeah, we know, but we're just waiting, but there's got to be there, what I'm waiting for now is if everyone is out there saying that these people are lying to us. What I want to see, when are they going to come down, or is it going to be like a changing of the guard out there, right? Because this is the God's truth of what we have ended up with, and it is crippling our country, and we can't have it. I'm not going to stand there and watch this anymore. Of this guy who has fallen and he cannot get up. And what are your thoughts out there? And Amy is just saying she doesn't feel sorry for him at all. The real JB was a true evil. It doesn't matter whether it is clone number 1, 2, or 3. If it's the real deal, it doesn't matter. It's the concept of what I believe it is a concept of. We had to see the movie. I get that, but also how did it affect us spiritually? That's where I'm going with this. Let's see here, Dantese. Hey, Dantese, D22. How are you? All right, as you guys know, I just adore Dantese, and it says it was the reason why Ronald Reagan switched political parties. Liberalism is destructive. Yeah, it really is, and I'm just hoping that. So we're seeing so much shit out there. More of the distractions of what who. This guy here in the diaper moves out, somebody else moves in. Who's that going to be? Carla is basically saying a lifeline for a necklace. Yeah, definitely. And let's see here. What else do I have to share with you guys? So it's just another way of looking at it. Besides us all being duped, being lied to over and over again. And the way, now that we know what we know, and they were basically saying with the previous presidents, it was all hidden from them. But there was a few deaths of presidents. Okay. They were, the vice president moved into their space or what have you. But at this point in time, this guy, he's got the codes, he's got the number. He basically is saying the only one that's going to take me out is God. Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, let's see here. I'm just trying to see what's going on Rumble right now here. Let's see here. I'm Samagna 83. Hello, how are you? I just saw that at the top there. Let's see here. If I thought that, okay, yeah, I don't want to kind of go into any health stuff. I don't want to read it out there, but because of where the platform that I'm on, I'm trying to build it up. Yeah, so my Southern Party in Style and Friends are basically saying there's one party, secret society party. Yeah. Definitely. But I want to see that breakdown. Everything is breaking down right now. That's the way I'm viewing it. Are things going to change right away? We're just we're waiting on bated breath. Okay, so it's like this is the big milestone. The guy in the diaper right here, right? And so what's going to happen now? We got to watch if the VP does move in, then we got to watch her be taken down. Or if something else happens, what do you guys think? What are you reading out there? Who are you listening to? Just put it in the chat right now. What do you think is going to happen? Because, we all have to come together and, really understand what is going on. And I want to hear from you guys today. That's what today's show is all about. Yeah, let's see here. Okay. All right, you guys are kind of talking among yourselves. Let me exit out and see what else I have in my bookmarks. I could talk, or if you guys don't want to put anything out there, I could really talk about the weather that's going on out there. Houston, we have a problem. Burl is on its way, or it's probably already landed from what they're saying here. This particular gentleman, I do kind of follow him out here. His name is Reed Timmers. He's a PhD. And he believes that it was jaw-dropping storm that surged, the counter surge. So basically, there's so much speculation that's going on. So I'm going to stop this and come back to you guys. Now, originally, you guys know that I'm from the Chicagoland area. I lived out in the suburbs, and there was a particular weatherman there that had just retired. And his name is Tom Skilling. Big time. Everybody loves loved Tom, and so I've been gone from that area about. I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's 7 or 8 years now. And there are times where I'm like, boy, I really miss Skilling. He just had this innocence, naive wave telling the weather. People just loved him. Well, one of the things that I noticed is he was always pushing the climate change quite a bit. And there's a place, I think out in Aurora, Illinois, that's called Fermilab, where all the weather people would get together and all kinds of things would happen out there. When I was a kid, I used to hear all kinds of stories. You don't want to go near Fermilab, you'll walk away with a third arm or something like that. And anyways, so I started to listen to, there was one particular gentleman that actually is been talking about weather warfare or people messing with the weather. And he went to this Fermilab and where all these reporters were at and basically asked a question, do you think that there are people out there that are messing with the weather? Now, this is Fermilab. This is where it all derives from. This is where the best of the best are at that involved with the weather. So the answer was, as they were tap dancing, was that there's those private entities out there that do this. Private entities. And so this guy doesn't stop at this one question. He goes afterwards, after the show's over with, he's got his camera on his chest or something like that, and he's recording all this. And basically they finally did admit that, yes, there are some testing that had been done, but none of it was successful, blah, blah, blah. Right? A lot of that. But so this is where I take a stance on this weather. If there's anomalies that are actually happening out in Antarctica, which has been reported, whether or not you want to believe this stuff or not, but then all of a sudden there's a hurricane that comes out of nowhere mid-June, which is about 2 to 3 months earlier than when the hurricanes are supposed to come out. There's fires going across, there's a lot of disastrous things that are happening. It's the heat, the weather, the temperature of the weather is extremely high. My temperature is the same thing as it is in South Dakota. All right, from the north to the south, same temperature going across. And don't you find that odd? I really do. And so I start looking at this and I start finding all these little things that are happening out there with the weather. And the more of the lies that is actually happening out there.
This is the full force.
All right, sorry about that. There was, I don't want to show Burl out there. You could turn on any channel. But so what basically I started to see that there was one weatherman out on YouTube that would predict these things that would come. Only one guy. And they weren't showing up on other technologies that are out there too. And then all of a sudden, the closer it gets to the mainland, all of a sudden everybody's got this on their radar, if you will. And then not only that, it's on every channel that's out there. I'm watching the patterns, okay, and it's different than it ever has been before. And so I just think that it's disgusting. I want to see the mainstream media. I want to see all these people go away. I see actors in there. I think that one guy, Matt, is playing, a few MSNBC people. I think that some of them have turned, and now that we're all able to see the current residents' mind is basically shot. We're going to start seeing them, and I want to, and I think that's what's going to happen next is that there's going to be a sleight of hand of anchors out there coming in and out because they've lied to us, and now that it's all over social media, it's just blasting out there, liars, liars, liars. You've been lying to us for so long. All right, let's see here. Let me see here. I'm just trying to see what we got going on Rumble right now. I did close out my X. I didn't see any other story. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the weather that is happening out there, and I want to know what you guys think about it. I mean, are you guys basically staying calm, cool, and collective out there because it's extremely hot? This is my second summer down here, and people are saying it's going to be worse than it was last year. And I'm telling you, I'm ready to head back north. I seriously am. It's just crazy, crazy. So let's see here. This is something I just wanted to share with you. Trump just shared this on Truth Social. It says, ask not what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country. JFK, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Ronald Reagan. Um, and then the last one was moo, woo, boo, huff, drippity doo, flow, flow, sloppy fruit, wom, bacon. That's Joe Biden. So this is what we're being made fun of right now, right? And I don't know how else to say this to you guys. This is how much longer are we going to put up with this, right? Everything is melting down. MSNBC, people are calling in and yelling at them, and they're getting what's due to them, right? And that's about all I could say. There's going to be a lot of changes with certain people. Steve Garvey is going to wipe the floor with Adam Schiff on the Senate seat in California. Are you guys in California happy about that, or is there something else we don't know? Yeah, and then then of course it's all the abuse with Jill Biden. Why does she keep pushing this for her husband right now? Why is she keeping him in there? And so if any of you guys are liberals and the first time you're hearing me, you're listening to me, I want to hear from you. I want to know what your thoughts are. What are your emotions? Because liberals tend to be extremely emotional about everything that's out there, and I just want to know what you're thinking out there. Let's see here. Yeah, so Ames is saying it's our country that is doing all the bad stuff, and we have to change it. We're being infiltrated from within, and you guys heard this over and over again, right? And so, all right, so we know it. So the cat is out of the box, or whatever, however you want to say it. The truth is out there. People will say, "I just want the truth." Okay, you've got the truth. Now, what do we do? I need you guys to tell me this seriously. What are your thoughts? What are we going to do here next? Yeah, let's see here. I'm going to give a little shout out to Ron. He just popped in here. Ron, how are you doing? Let's see here. Hey, Sam. Sam is, if you guys just give a shout out if you're on YouTube or Rumble. Sam is going to make an appearance on hopefully my radio show real soon, and I'll be able to bring that to you guys live. I'm kind of gun shy about it because it hasn't been working, because I had all this new technology and I was told it was going to work, and it was right. It was really bad. It was. I hear your heart. I hear your heart beat to the beat of the drums. I don't know what that was. I hit the wrong button. All right, let's see. Dante Z22, where are you? Says, I have zero tolerance for any liberalism. Yeah. So if you guys remember Scott Baio, do you guys remember him? All of a sudden, I discovered all of his YouTube videos and all the interviews that he's done. He did one with Candace Owens. I always do that. About 5 years ago, and it was so truthful even for today. Both of them together, they were so wide awake, and especially Scott Baio. If you guys know who Scott Baio was, actor, California. He's about my age now. Still good looking man. And so now I think he's got a podcast on YouTube where he's just sitting around smoking cigars and he's talking with his buddies. So, he doesn't talk politics or anything like that, because I think he's pretty much wiped out from talking about politics, as most of us are. Let me tell you, when 4th of July came around, I did not pay any attention to any politics whatsoever out there. Yes, Ron is saying from Happy Days. Happy Days, yeah. And so I did see one interview. Everyone attacked Scott Baio. He was totally embraced by DJT. And he did what he had to do, but he took a lot of knife throwing, and now he lives in Florida. I just saw, so I don't know how long he's been out in Florida, but I knew he was out in California. And so that's where everybody seems to be going. Speaking of Florida, how many of you out there live in Florida right now? It's going to get really, really tough. This is why we need to see some bigger stuff happening. Okay, wipe the slate clean of the current resident, get rid of the current VP, put in who truly deserves it, because here's one word that comes to mind when I think about, besides the lies, is somebody moved into the White House that basically was squatting, right? They were squatting in there to run this country. And so we've got a bunch of squatters that just basically decided to move in and take over. Well, we know, if you want to believe, it's the movie, and we let them in and stuff like that. But it's so important to really take a look at different angles of this, right? They came in, they made their move, they, to be shown, okay, look how corrupt they are. I'm being rubber band, rubber band. I'm being shadow banned right now. And so anyways, it's just another way to look at it, that these squatters don't belong here anymore. We need to clean up the streets. We need to clean up, turn in DC back to prairie land or whatever the hell it was before, right? Let's just start getting this shit show moving here, right? Ron has got a statement out there. The radical left is getting ready to pull the bait and switch. Let's hope. Let's hope it happens. I do believe so. Hey, Colleen, how are you doing? I was just talking about your hometown area there. Joni Loves Chachi was Scott Bale's second show. Yeah. Second or third. He did so many different series. So my family is still from, I think it's like Oswego. We all kind of migrated further and further away from Chicago, the town of Chicago, because it's gotten so bad. I saw their 4th of July pictures. Boy, I tell you, I'm getting homesick. Colleen, I need to find a condo somewhere around there. Can you help me out? I don't know. I saw what the real estate is like right now. That's the other thing too. I was kind of going there with Florida. Real estate is crazy right now. I wouldn't buy anything. And now I hear people out there, these are the people that are just bamboozling everyone, and says, well, if you wait, when the interest rates go down, the prices of the houses will go up. Geez, the average cost of a house is $300. How are these kids supposed to afford this? I don't see how they're going to be able to do it. And so Florida is now because everybody, moved out to Florida, and condos went crazy in the 1950s, if you will. And here we are, 2024, many, many years later. Well, these buildings are falling apart. And now, you know what? If you bought a house 10 years ago, now they're putting new clauses in for the HOA that you're going to be responsible for fixing up, I don't know, all this weather worn from the seawater and all this other stuff to pay for it. So you will have an HOA of anywhere starting from $1,000 on up. And that's not including the cost of what you're paying for your condo. Everything is just so out of balance right now. That's how I see it. Let's see who else we have out there. Angel Light says Charlie in Charge. Yeah, Charlie in Charge. You better believe it. That was a big one. Isn't that the one where the girl? So what they basically did is they staged it for the girl that he was in charge of to come after him. There's all kinds of lawsuits, and he had to take 5. This is Scott Bio I'm talking about. He had to take 5 different lie detector tests to say he never touched the girl. Yeah, and so he was the voice of conservatism, along with Candace Owens in the beginning. And look what happened to him. Look how financially they devastated him. And so what happens is you can accuse somebody, and you don't have to have any proof, but the person being accused has to prove that they didn't touch them or do something to them. And when it's all said and done, it just kind of goes down into the sunset and walks away. Well, there were a lot of people hurt throughout all of this. And it wasn't over for money. Was it because, we've got somebody that is a conservative that's out in Hollywood that's opening their mouth and we got to shut them up? Scott, all I can say is, my heart goes out to you and your family and everything that you had to endure. And it's no different from what the American people have to endure. All the bullshit that we've been going through, right? Let's see here. There was somebody from Spain. Oh, Miss Melissa Ann says, much love from Spain, which I now call Cray Cray Land, for its impossible and not voted leader whose wife is totally corrupt as himself. I saw that. I didn't know that was Spain. I just kept seeing the guy out there. So you guys, this movie is still being played out in other countries. They're fighting it, right? They're fighting it. What does Dantese say? Sorry, Janine, I really have a disdain for liberalism. Yeah, without a doubt. What the only thing that the liberalism basically has is they have so much empathy and so much emotion, but they don't do shit about anything. They don't understand anything. All that they were told, because they've got so much damn money, and it's not up to them to take a stance. And their stance is, just screaming about shit. It's just opposite of everything that we stand for. I don't want to even go into that. I'm even talking more politics than I normally do. But this is where we're at right now. We just celebrated the independence of our country, which is a lie. So anyways, let me see what Sam has to say here. I do respect the conservative celebrities who speak up because they have a lot to lose career-wise. Yeah, Scott, you don't see him on there. They took away his work. And then you have people like, I don't even want to go into it, but what happened to all those ones that that they were all talking about, the me thing that was going on. It was some statement that they made out there. All right, so I see Queen I Am 23 is out there. How are you doing? She's saying it's very hot, 28 Celsius in Alberta. It is hot all over, you guys. It really is. I'm getting to the point where I have to get outside a little bit more each day. I come inside, I do my show, but I need to get out more because it's crazy. I can't stay in the air conditioning all the time. How about you guys? You stay in the house all the time. I've become one of these homebodies because I'm down here in the South. My body's still not used to it. I'll go shopping. I'll go from the car to the store. It's like I'm running from air conditioner to the air conditioner to the air conditioner. Yeah, let's see here. Yes, love to you also, Queen I Am 23. What else do we have going on out there? So, healing. And now, so I basically brought up to you all the stuff that's going on with the current resident. And, he's, falling and he can't get up. And, we're going to see a sleight of hand, I think, is what you guys are basically saying out there. And so when does the healing begin, right? This is so important. I've been talking to you guys about eating right, checking your food, checking it twice, washing it once, wash it twice, eating better, staying away from the processed foods, because we know what we look like. If you were born grew up in the 70s, we're all thin, healthy. And then what came out after that was processed food and cigarettes, more alcohol, all the stuff, and just made us really, our body just basically just said, okay, you're taking in all the stuff, and our body was working as hard as it could to become healthy. Now we need to basically feel spiritually healthy. So what are some of the things that we do with that? Is, you guys, some of you watch Kristen Leach. She does the tarot cards. Some of you go to healers and have energy work. Some of you get the massages done. It's all good stuff, and we need to keep doing that. Let's see what else we have out here. And then you've got like other countries like Spain that you think that, okay, they didn't even vote in a guy right in front of them, right in their face, put it right in their face, and said, well, we don't care who you voted for. This is who is it a president? She just said evil leadership. So there you guys go. It's still going on. It breaks my heart to hear that, but this is what we are dealing with here. And then we have a current resident's wife out there that is just basically, as far as I'm concerned, is abusing, just because they want the power, right? It's all about the power. All right, so let's see here. What else do I have to share with you guys here? I think it's all going to come crumbling down soon enough here. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just going through some other things out here. Let me just go to my homepage and just see what else is going on here. If you guys have anything, okay. So there's more stories that are coming out. So in 2011, I'm going to go back to the weather here for a minute. The Rothschilds announced that they would be acquiring 70% interest in Weather Central LP. So Weather Central provides weather forecasting services and graphics to local television stations and TV programs. So this is more part of the lies that I kind of grabbed the wrong one there, and I want to share this with you. I'm not sure when this article came out in 2011. I just want to share it. So were you guys paying attention? Because I sure the shit wasn't. Where did that come from? All right, so this is it. So even the Rothschilds are weather obsessed. When we talked about private entities, when Tom Skilling's group at Fermilab, basically they were caught on tape saying it's just small little small businesses that tried to do cloud seeding and they weren't successful at it. Well, this article came out in January 31st, 2011, and I'm trying to scroll on this side here. Oops. And so I'm just trying to get this, so show more. All right, so as the weather becomes more extreme around the planet, the greater the human and financial ramifications. We believe the Weather Center will play a major role in mitigating damages and improving lives. This is what they're saying. This is important to the Rothschilds as it is Weather Central. We are proud of our partnership with them. Now, I have had a lot of people come in and say, Janine, it's already been taken care of. Don't worry about it. They're not doing it anymore. And I just feel that there's another way that they're doing it. If the planes have been grounded and they're not allowing these chemicals, and I know that Tennessee was one of the states that have actually had stopped doing this, what is going on down in Antarctica? Am I just pulling out these stories? If you guys Into Thin Air ever watch Into Thin Air, he was always pointing out every anomaly that he sees. All of a sudden, there's just like this big red dot that comes out of nowhere. And then within 3 or 4 days, there's some hurricane or tornadoes or something that's happening. I truly believe that the technology exists. I've been saying this for a long time, and we just don't know what the technology is that's out there. And there's other things that do's, for example, right? All right, so yeah, if you guys would please hit that like button. If you can do that now while you're on here, I appreciate it. I'm trying to build up YouTube. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get with it today, but also on Rumble. Also, please hit that like button. And you know, if you have some information, please send me your information to my email address. And let's see what I have here. Yeah, hit that like button. And then if you have something you want to share that's happening in your country, let me know. Send me the article, and I would be glad to read it. I don't have any shows coming up except for I think Sam out there wants to come on. We're going to talk with Sam, and she's saying, yes, they're manipulating the weather to cause drought and famine. I'm going to have Sam on here. We're going to find out. I think Sam's got her own channel, and we're going to talk to Sam. I think I always thought she was a man. Probably, I don't know, fast cars, the name Sam, and it's really a female. And so we're gonna get to know her real soon there. Yeah, so why are there, again, so many fires in California? There are a lot of fires in California. And this is part of where I'm going with a lot of this information that's out there. And so, yeah, you know, it's not over. It's not over until the fat lady sings, and I wish I could sing for you guys. I really do. Oh, all right. What else do we have out here? What is going on in Rumble? Let's see here. Rumble. Let's see. Thank you, NM Gab Girls, to smash that like button, please. It says, my friend in Tennessee sent me a picture of them still spraying the skies in Nashville. Didn't they just sign something? I could have sworn it doesn't mean that they stopped. Like they said, if they're private parties, people with the money, the mullah, show me the money. Those are the ones that can get the job done. This is why everybody, I hate to say this, but everyone is saying that they really want to see what happens with the financial system. And it's not going to be easy. You know, I just don't think it's going to be as easy as, okay, here we're flipping one switch and we're turning it on over here, and unicorns and cotton candy. I'm just telling you, there's going to be a fight to the right. I'm telling you. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Mayday's telling me if that's all it takes, Janine, sing. I wish. I sing all my show all the time. You know, there's just like little melodies pop in my head. You guys who follow me know this. Um, I was listening to some music before I came on here earlier, and so I just basically got. Let's see here. So, anyways, I don't want to go into that. I can't sing. I can't hold a tune, but you know, I really want it over as bad as you guys do, but it's everything is still a process, and it breaks my heart. It really does. I'm starting to lean more towards, and I've never said this before, that there may not be in an election. It might just get to the point, the clown shows, you know, the clowns that took over the palace and brought in the circus, if you will, are basically going to show us more acts, and then we're just going to say enough is enough. And I don't know how much is enough, to tell you the truth. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm just going to put the statement up here. I'm not going to read it. If you guys want to take a look at the screen, I'll leave it up there for a second or two. Yeah, so this is where I'm at right now, and I'm not seeing anything really new out there happening. It's just a lot of memes out there where people are finally feeling relieved that they can actually make fun of something, and this is where we're at. So how are you guys feeling? Did you guys celebrate your independence? Did you feel like you totally had control over your independence? You know, and I can't say that I did. All right, let's see here. So I just gave you a little bit more information on the weather warfare that it's been taken over by the Rothschilds. If you didn't know that, they're still in charge. I think somewhere along the line, somebody has access to it if it's not them. Let's see here. I see Mayday is out there saying that her nights are turning cooler, 60 degrees at night. We're still in the 80s. I woke up, oh God, I think it was like 82. Woke up in the middle of the night, go outside. You know, we have these smoke alarms in our house, and they're wired. They're all throughout the house here. They're all wired. So, except for one that's in the kitchen, and we can't figure this one out. It's supposed to be wired, and it doesn't work. So my husband put a battery in it. And every year about this day, 1 year later, the battery goes dead, and it wakes us up. And the little puppy, my little puppy, Bella, was not used to that sound, and she got really scared. And she woke me up, and I was like, I had to calm her down. And so it was just chaos all night long for this little beep, beep, beep. And it's kind of like what's happening with in this country right now. There's just a little beep, beep, beep. That's chaos to us, and we're just wanting to smash that. Really, we just really want to take the battery out and replace it with good new energy. All right, come here, Bella. You want to see? Come here by mommy. So last time you guys saw her, I was able to hold her in my hand, and she got a really bad haircut, but she's big. She's really there. You go. So she's only 4 months, and she's big as Rizzo. So I personally don't think that she's 100% Westie because her ears aren't standing up. But anyways, just wanted to show that to you guys. Let's see here, just show her you. And I finally, like I said, I just feel like we're at that point right now. We're just very irritated. Some of the truth is coming out. We're happy about that. Now we're just kind of saying, okay, what's the next game plan? I don't know. Let's see here. Angel of Light says, Northern California, and I've never heard of such heat, 115 to 119. Northern California. Wow. Ron is saying it's 90 in Mass and the heat end. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. 90 in Mass and in the heat index is 90 and above, and it's humid. So down here we're 90 and it's about 105. Yeah, love to you also, Arnie. Hey, Arnie, how are you doing? Yeah, that's my little Bella there, and she's her personality has really come out. I just love it. I don't know. I'm just in love with my little puppies. All right, so and not only that, Rizzo's finally taken to her, and now they play together. But they do this little thing, like it just drives me nuts. It's like God, they sound like they're fighting and arguing, kind of like me and my siblings were growing up. All right, let's see here. Ryan has got another statement out there. It says the chemtrails were the tic-tac-toe patterns. Whoa. Yeah, let's see what else we have out here. I'm a Starfish says it's 82 and partly cloudy today. That sounds about right for Chicago, I think. 82, partly cloudy, yeah. Yeah, let's see what do we have here. Oh, so this is interesting. I didn't know this. Amy is saying Ronnie, the moderator, I think she's moderates on Kristen Lee's show, says that Ronnie is in the path of that Burl, that hurricane. I was thinking about that. I was wondering about that. Hope she's doing good. Does she have power? There's massive flooding going on. It's all over. It's all over every station out there. Yeah, I knew that it was going to make a turn and go up to Houston. It stayed away from the Gulf where I'm at. Thank God. Let's see here. Just everybody say a prayer for Ronnie that she's okay. Dantezi's in Virginia. What's going on up north? 96. See what I'm saying? You guys have the. Let me just check my phone and just see what my temperature is. It's 2:00 here right now, and 92. Dantezi, you're warmer than I am down in the south. How's your humidity? That's the other thing too. You know, like in Chicago, somebody asked me, "They well, Janine, how come you're not used to it?" Sorry, she's wanting to come back, and so I would say, well, the humidity is only there for a couple of months. You know, maybe 3 months at the most, like June, July, and August, and then it's gone. It is completely gone. And then, you know, the heat, the mornings would be cool. The evenings would be cool. Here, it's just like walking out into a freaking sauna of 400 degrees 24/7. 24/7. I'm telling you. All right. So Arnie is saying, what is this? They have to push the climate agenda using, I know, using the Mountain Dew, you guys. Oh, look at that picture of him. What a handsome man. All right, so Arnie, thanks for sharing that with us. And where I live, it's only 75 to 83 degrees. Wow, that's cool. That's cozy. Let's see what else you guys have. What other temperatures do you have out there, you guys? I want to hear about them. I want to hear about it. Kylie says she's hardly seen any chemtrails over the last month. Gardens are exceptionally well this year. Ames is saying sticky, icky heat. And then Mayday is saying her garden is not doing well. Mine didn't do well. Mine went dormant. Anybody else's? I don't know what that was. Maybe they were spraying something. Anybody else with really bad sinus infection? Maybe it's just me being in air conditioning all the time. Let's see here. Mayday saying her cabbage went bad. Oh, that's terrible. Hi there, puppy. You're just a good girl. Yes, you are. All right, so let's see what else I have. I'm coming up on the hour here, and I just want to see what other comments you guys have out here. I think I got most of them. Arnie is basically saying 90 plus here in Queens, New York, and it's so humid. Queens, yeah, wow, that's something. Yeah, that is something. Is that normal? Well, you still get the humidity over there, right? In Queens, New York. I don't know. I've never been in that part of the country. Sam says no sinus infections, but can't breathe at night with the humidity. All right, somebody's got to expose this technology. If you guys run across an article, if somebody is saying something on a channel, let me know what that is, because I'd like to bring it to my channel also. Steve Wolf says sunny and hot. let me see if I can. Well, I guess I can't copy it over from Rumble, but this is a Rumble rant is saying sunny and hot, 90 in southern New Mexico. New Mexico. About the same for this. Let's see what else he's saying. I'm sorry, I got to expand this window. Same time of year, climate change is bullshit. It is total bullshit. It is. It is. Oh, it's awful. When I heard Tom Skilling, who this guy that was like idolized in Chicago for 45 years, he just retired. And I always say, wow, this guy is just so nice and so pleasant. And then I find out he's part of the climate agenda. What bullshit. Total bullshit. Let's see here. Ames is saying 94, but it feels like 105 in South Georgia. It's 100 across every state right now. It really is. Right? Right? I know you like the heat. All right. Okay, so let's see here. 92 in Georgia says Pug Mama 2. Pug Mama 2. Let's see what else we have going on. Anybody else want to say sunflower? Just already said it's 87 here right now in central Kansas. Yeah, let's see here. So in any case, well, I'll end the show by saying, Ronnie, hunker down, stay safe. And, Ames, please keep us all in touch with her. I don't know if she's got power. I have no idea what's actually happening out in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Hopefully, I saw the flooding. I did see some of the flooding out there. And, you guys could see that all day long out on YouTube if you're onto YouTube. And just see what else we have. Oh, I do want to mention one other thing. So I put out on YouTube, under the community, there's different tabs on YouTube under Turn the Page 2.0. And there's a community tab that I have. I post some pictures from time to time, and I put a poll out there. And I was actually asking if anybody wants to continue doing the bingo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about current events, do a bingo, and maybe have a regular bingo and then do a current event bingo, that kind of thing, kind of move it, mix it up a little bit. And I didn't know if that was something that you guys want me to continue doing. I think I had like 9 people respond to it. 78% said yes to the bingo. If you guys want to just let me know now, it's something fun. It's something silly. It's virtual bingo. I put the link out there in the chat. You grab it and you play the bingo. And the numbers are repeated over and over, but you get different cards, from my understanding. It's just something different. And let's see here. Ames has given me an update on Ronnie. She lost power, but is doing okay so far. Said the wind was crazy. Wow. And I know Ronnie has dealt with a lot of bad weather in that area there. So everybody just send prayers of love and healing to Ronnie, especially anybody else that needs it too. And Ames is saying yes to the bingo. Anybody else? Let's see here. We got D22. They did say it was going to be a hot summer temperature in Newswise. He's got the little eyes there. Yeah. It says thanks to all. Wish you a cooler night and day tomorrow. And bingo was fun. I think fun. Without the D, there's no money involved in the bingo. It's just free. It's us getting together for a chit chat and bingo. So just to let you guys know, I did literally go and play bingo at the local American Legion here. So it cost me $25, which first of all was like, what happened to $1 bingo, right? And it's done electronically. It was completely different from. I was 30 years old the last time I played bingo, for God's sakes. And so I gave them like $25, but you get a whole packet of different cards, and it was very long. Being where I come from, things move a little bit quicker than they do down here. So it was like B10. And then it waited, pause, B, and it was like, I'm like, come on, pick up the pace. New York style. Okay, puppy, you're gonna get down. So I did end up winning my money back. So I was happy about that. My friend that I went with, she won $70. But you can win some big bucks in bingo. I'm not saying that we're gonna do the money, but it was fun. All right. So there you go. Everybody, I appreciate you popping in here. Please hit the like and share it wherever you can, out on Telegram or what have you. And we'll try to do more of these shows, something a little bit more fun. Dantese, thank you so much for coming in. Dantese, I would love to have a conversation with you someday in the near future because I just adore you and your knowledge. And so thank you. Any of the moderators out on Rumble, thank you for being here. And I hope you guys return back. I do love you and I do care a lot about each and every one of you. And please stay cool, dry, and collective. We'll see you next time. Bye now. And now we turn the page.